Okay, now it's time for Lesson 2 from Chapter 1. The title of this lesson is Applying the Order of Operations. And again, this is one of those things that you've probably done in the past. It's going to seem like a little bit of a review, and that's good. You can find the information in the red book on pages 8, 9, and 10. So just like yesterday, or the previous lesson, please write down the title into your notes because you're going to have to turn your notebook in for a grade. You can hit pause at any point and then play to resume the lesson. The objective for this lesson is, are you able to use the order of operations to evaluate expressions? We talked about expressions in the last lesson. We talked about evaluating in the last lesson. So now we're going to learn the rules of algebra, which are called the order of operations. Hit pause, copy this into your notes, and then play to resume the lesson. Okay, now here's two examples. The same problem twice. And without rules, I'm going to show you what might happen. On the left-hand side, if we decide to do 24 divided by 3 first, and then multiply 8 by 4, we're going to get 32. But if another person decides that maybe they want to do the 3 times 4 first, that's going to give us 24 divided by 12, which gives us an entirely different answer of 2. And we can't have this, right? We got to make sure that everyone who does 24 divided by 3 times 4 gets exactly the same answer. So we need rules. And the rules in algebra are called the order of operations. Now, the order of operations is something you probably know. There's a big word there called algorithm. An algorithm is just kind of like the steps that you follow to solve something. And you probably also know the letters P, E, N, D, A, S. Kind of like, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Here's a refresher on the rules. We always do things in grouping symbols, like parentheses first. Then we look for anything that has an exponent. Now, this part's really important because sometimes people think that multiplication is more important than division. But when there's multiplication and division in the same expression, you're going to do them from left to right, even if the division comes first. And when all those things are done, all you're going to be left with is some addition and subtraction. And that has the same rules as multiplication and division. You're going to do those from left to right. We're going to do some examples to make sure that you're clear on all of these things. Take a second and please write these into your notes. Hit pause and then play to resume the lesson. So here's our first expression. We're going to simplify this, or evaluate this, by doing the math. Now what I'd like you to do is take a look at this before you jump into it and see what we have. So I'm going to use my cursor, my little arrow, and you'll see there's some division, there's some exponents. Here's a multiplication symbol and a subtraction. So you can ask yourself, what would you do first? And the first thing we're going to do here are the exponent. So when we evaluate 3 squared, we're going to have 27 divided by 9 times 2 minus 3. And I want you to do this step by step exactly the way I'm doing it. This will allow us to make sure that you're staying on top of things, and if you do make a mistake, we can go back and we can find it pretty easily. Now, the next thing we have is division, multiplication, and subtraction. And we know that we do all multiplication and division from left to right. So the next thing we're going to do is 27 divided by 9. We're going to divide next. That's going to give us 3. So now we have 3 times 2 minus 3. Obviously, multiplication is going to come before subtraction. 3 times 2 gives us 6, and 6 take away 3 are going to give us 3. So when we simplify this, we see that the initial expression we started with, 27 divided by 3 squared times 2 minus 3, is simply 3. Here's a couple more guided practice questions. Please copy these into your notebook, follow the order of operations, and write your answers into your notes. Hit pause and then play, and when you resume the lesson, I'll go over the answers with you. Okay, for the first problem, you'll do the exponents first. 20 minus 16 is 4, so number 1, the correct answer should be 4. For the second problem, the exponent comes first. 3 squared is 9. 2 times 9 is 18. 18 plus 4 make 22. Number 2 should be 22. For the third problem, 2 to the third power, is 8. Then we do the division. 32 divided by 8 is 4. 4 plus 6 are 10. Number 3, the correct answer is 10. And finally, the last problem. 15 plus 6 squared minus 4. 6 squared is 36. We do addition and subtraction from left to right. 15 and 36 make 51. Take away 4 is 47. Number 4, the correct answer is 47. If you're having problems with any of these, remember to come see me. We can work on things together and make sure that everything's kind of good when you're dealing with the order of operations. And again, it's really important that you show your work step by step when we're doing these, because these are going to get bigger as we move into the book. Now, what happens when we have parentheses and brackets? Okay, these are the grouping symbols we talked about earlier. So here's the difference. Here's what happens when we use parentheses and we don't. For the problem on the right, or the left, excuse me, where it says multiply first, we're going to do 2 times 4, which is 8. 8 plus 6 make 14. Okay. But once we add those parentheses, watch what happens. We have to do in parentheses first. 4 plus 6 is 10. Multiply that by 2, and we're going to get 20. So by using the parentheses and the grouping symbols, we're going to get different answers. And it's important that you follow, again, the rules of algebra or the order of operations. So here's an example. This is an easy one. Obviously, we're going to do 13 minus 8 first. That's going to give us 5. And now we multiply 7 by 5. And the answer to this expression is 35. Notice how we do everything step by step. And we keep track of what we're doing as we go along. Your next example's got a little bit more to it. So we're going to do inside the parentheses first. And inside the parentheses, we have exponents and we have addition. So we do the exponents first. 3 squared make 9. So now we have 24 minus 9 plus 1. Finish off the parentheses. That's going to give us 10. And now we subtract 24, take away 10. We're going to get 14. Okay, and again, notice how nice this is. We show one step, followed by the next step, followed by the next. Don't try and do too much each step, because that's an easy way to get lost. And keep in mind, we're only on the second section of the book. And this is going to get much more complicated with fractions, decimals, negative numbers. So being able to be organized and keep track of your work is very, very important. Okay, now we introduce brackets. Brackets are these parentheses that are kind of like made with line segments, so they're not curved. But basically what we have are parentheses inside parentheses. So this basically says 2 times what's inside the brackets, 30 minus what's in parentheses, 8 plus 13. We close the parentheses, we close the brackets. So we look what, the last thing we're going to worry about is this 2. We're going to do everything inside the brackets first. And inside the brackets, we're going to do the parenthesis. 8 plus 13 is 21. So now we have 30 minus 21 in brackets. Subtract that, we get 9. And when we multiply 2 by 9, we get 18. So this whole mess up here with the brackets, parentheses, and all the operating symbols just is another way of writing 18. Okay. Now, fraction bars. We use fraction bars in Algebra 2, and fraction bars tell us to divide. But they also act like a grouping symbol, kind of like parentheses. Here's an example. Let's say we have the expression 9x over 3 times x plus 2 in parentheses. Please write this into your notes. We know we're going to substitute 4 for x. So before we solve anything, before we do any adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, we're just going to substitute the values. So if you see, we have 9 times 4 on top, the numerator, and 3 times 4 plus 2 in the denominator. Now, to evaluate this, to simplify it, we're going to do what's in the numerator first. 9 times 4 is 36. And then we're going to add what's inside the parentheses on the bottom. 4 plus 2 is 6. The last little thing we got to do is multiply 3 times 6. That's going to give us 18. And we're left with 36 over 18. Now, if you know your times tables well, 36 divided by 18 is just simply 2. So when we simplify, we're left with the number 2. Okay? And again, of everything that we're doing so far, I want you to understand and I want you to really pay attention to how neat and how organized everything is. Because as we move along into this book, it's going to be really important that you're kind of working this way. So that's kind of your goal right now. Staying organized, keeping things nice and neat as we go along. Okay, here's some guided practice questions for you. Please press the pause button, copy these into your notes, simplify them, and when you're done, I'll tell you the answers. Hit play when it's time to resume. Okay, if you correctly used the order of operations, you would have added 3 plus 9, which is 12, multiplied by 4. Number 5, the correct answer would be 48. For number 6, you would have done 2 squared, which is 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. 3 times 4 then would be 12. So the correct answer for 6 would be 12. And number 7, which has the brackets and the parentheses, you would do 9 plus 3, which is 12 first. Divide that by 4, that gives you 3. And 2 times 3 would give you 6. The answer to number 7 is 6. Okay, here's more guided practice questions. Again, hit the pause button. Then hit play when it's time to resume. I'm going to be checking these in your notes, so please make sure you work these out step by step. When you hit play, I'll tell you the answers. Okay, for number 8, if you did it correctly, 8 squared would be 64. 64 take away 3 would be 61. The answer for number 8 is 61. For number 9, we do all subtraction and addition from left to right. So 12 minus 8 would give you 4, and then 4 minus 1 would give you 3. The answer to number 9 is 3. And final problem, which has the fraction bar, 10 times 8 is 80, plus 1 is 81. The numerator is 81. 8 plus 1 make 9. The denominator is 9. 81 divided by 9, the correct answer would be 9. Okay, that wraps it up. That was a quick lesson. It's one of the most important ones, though, because the order of operations are the rules for algebra. Everything we do in algebra, we follow those rules. Your homework or your practice work is sheet 1.2, Form B. It's on the back of the one you got the other day. Please make sure you do your work on a separate sheet of paper and attach it with a staple to the answer sheet. When you're done, check your answers with the answers that are on the wall. When everything's checked and good, you can turn it in to me and then begin section 2.1 because we're going to jump straight to chapter 2 now. Thanks for your hard work. Good luck, and if you have any questions, please come and see me.